Hello, everyone, and this is Reggie with Stock Talk. And today I want to talk about anchor stocks, right? Your foundation of your portfolio. Those anchor stocks are stocks that perform during a down market, right? On red days, your anchor stocks is still green or maybe neutral, right? Um, on green days, your anchor stocks are moving, they're moving up and up. And they hold down your portfolio. They help you maintain certain account levels. If you have a small account, on certain platforms, you may need a $2,000 minimum balance to do um, spreads or debit spreads, credit spreads, or do different types of trading strategies. And you need a minimum account balance. To have a margin account, you may need $5,000 minimum in your account. And these anchor stocks are what keeps your account levels and keeps your account stable during ups and downs, during volatility in the market. If you're trying to avoid the PDT rule, in which you need to keep $25,000 in your account to day trade, right? Especially if you're new, you're just starting out. Anchor stocks will help you because these are stocks that you own shares in, and there's not huge swings down or huge swings up that can affect your account if you're right at that dollar value that your account needs to be to continue with the strategy that you're on. And just in general, your anchor stock should be the majority of your portfolio while you're building your portfolio using maybe riskier moves or speculative strategies. But at the end of the day, your anchor stocks will be your base, your foundation to keep your account active and to keep your account growing. It'll grow slow, but it'll stay growing while you're doing your other strategies, right? So, with that said, these are anchor stocks I have on my list so far, and the ones that I have in my portfolio. Let's start with Applied Materials. Applied Materials is a good anchor stock. Number one, during the climate that we're in now, we have a new president coming into office. There are going to be infrastructure spending to help with the economy because of the effects of COVID here in 2020. So Applied Materials benefits from that because they do a lot of process that. Oh, also with manufacturing, especially right now, manufacturing in China is back up and running, and they buy a lot of metals and they use a lot of machinery. And so with Applied Materials, um, they're a semiconductor company, right? And so they control a lot of the processes. Their product controls a lot of the processes in manufacturing and construction equipment, and so you always see a bigger spike in applied materials. And with the candlestick chart here, we're looking at it from a technical analysis point of view. We have a pretty solid support here at 88.54. Right? So we're trading in a range right now between 88.54 and 89, right? So it's probably due to pop. We just finished this trend here, so it started back in October and ran through November and just ran up from $64. And so that's our next support if it ever crashes, right? It stays above the moving average of the Bollinger Band, this red line. And so Applied Materials is one of my anchor stocks. And you're looking for entry, this may be a good entry point while it's trading in a sideways, right? Horizontally here. So, and it just in the SAR indicator just showed the beginning of an uptrend, right? We had a small downtrend, that's these dots, and now they reversed to show an uptrend. Let's see what the MacD says. The MacD says, and this is a daily chart, the MacD says we're in a downtrend. So it's pointing down, just crossed over, but it doesn't have a lot of strength to the downside. And the RSI is actually showing it being overbought. So there's been a lot of selling in the stock. Excuse me. There's been a lot of selling in the stock, and so it's heading back towards the upside where we're buying. Excuse me, we're shooting a lot of videos today. My voice starting to give out on me. So we have that. We have Caterpillar. Same scenario. We all know what Caterpillar is, so that's self-explanatory. Same scenario: infrastructure buying, infrastructure investment in states with helping the economy, and we'll see that with the new presidency. Even with the old president, it would have been the same thing. But with the new president, he's got something to prove, so he wants to boost the economy. And they usually do that through investing in states. And actually, I would say Biden is more friendly when it comes to giving money to states than our previous administration. Um, Especially when you're coming in and you want to come in, guns blazing and boost the economy. That's one of the most basic ways to do it by spending with states because they'll spend in infrastructure, and this infrastructure will be hiring contractors, and those contractors are going to need bulldozers and construction equipment, lumber, all that stuff. And so look for a boost in those areas. So Caterpillar just completed a bull flag. It jumped out of it, and now we're on the upside, and we're heading up with Caterpillar, according to what the chart looks like. And we had a crossover of the MacD towards a downtrend. Now it's stabilizing. It's heading up. Looks like it's going to cross again towards the upside. We had a very weak downtrend. So the buyers are winning here. RSI look it's crossing over. So this could be a good entry point for Caterpillar. But keep an eye on it, and you also want to adapt it to your own trading style, obviously. You never want to follow anybody's trades blindly. We all have our own style, and sometimes these things move, and you got to, I can't produce a video fast enough to help people keep up with my trading style, so I don't try. So next thing is Crocs. Woo! Crocs. I'm excited about Crocs. I do not own a pair. I should because I feel like a hypocrite because I love this. I love the company, but I gotta find some with some swag to it. But anyway, we've got Crocs. Crocs is a solid did I say, technical analysis bull. Look at that. Just up, 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 up. It rarely ever touches the center line of the Bollinger Band. This is a daily chart. Let's go to a monthly. Go to a weekly. Weekly chart. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. And this is the pandemic, right? This is where every stock dipped. It's ever since then. It's been boom, 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 boom. Just jumping, 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 upside, upside, upside. Let's see what the monthly tells us. Look at that, boom. So that's Crocs, right? Let's do a trend line here. So Crocs has been on a tear since April. Since April, man. Since the downturn we had in April, it's been on a tear. And so now there has been news of insider selling. It's still showing Caterpillar, I don't know why. But so there's been some heavy insider selling, which can be a red flag. So I would buy into Caterpillar slowly if you're looking to add them as an anchor stock. They can be just taking profits because it's ran up so much. You kind of want to cash in and guarantee those returns. Or we could be looking at some information we don't know of that could be affecting the stock down the line. But that news came out at the beginning of December, so nothing as of yet. But I am still a big fan of Caterpillar. Excuse me, Caterpillar. I am still a fan of Crocs because of the performance of the stock. Look at this. Excellent performance. We just had. I bought here. I bought more here. When I saw it touch that red line of the Bollinger Band, which is the moving average, all three of these are moving averages, different timelines. But this is usually a very good line of support generally, right? And so anytime it touched it, last time it touched it was November. Last time before that was back in September. But it touches it, but it still moves up. No major, knock on wood, downturns. But keep an eye out on the insider trading. So I would buy into it slowly, maybe a little bit every month. If you're going to use Caterpillar, I keep saying Caterpillar. Keep using Crocs as your anchor stock. Next one I'm going to is United Rentals. United Rentals, I put that in the same category as Applied Materials and Caterpillar because they do construction equipment rentals, right? And that goes back to infrastructure spending. in which these construction companies rent their equipment because it's more cost efficient as a business to rent your equipment than to own it, and then you price it into your jobs, right? So United Rentals is one of my anchor stocks, and the reason why it's an anchor stock, especially during the pandemic, because you have infrastructure investment. Also, as manufacturing comes back, it's going to help the bottom line of United Rentals, right? So they buy this high dollar equipment, and it goes hand in hand with Caterpillar, right? Because I bet some of that equipment comes from Caterpillar. They buy it from Caterpillar, they rent it out to construction companies. So that goes hand in hand. I'm sorry, let's do a technical analysis of it. So United Rentals has touched the center line of this Bollinger Band back here, and it actually goes pretty bad. Usually when it goes towards that middle line, it goes down to the bottom of the Bollinger Band, but still is consistently in the uptrend. Still a bull stock. We have the MacD showing downtrend. We had RSI shows oversold, so it could be heading back up. There's a bit of a divergence in those two indicators. Our SAR indicator shows a downtrend, but it doesn't last very long. So this could be a good buy here. I will buy because we have a good support here at 230. But again, usually when last time it touched this center line, it came all the way down to the middle, to the bottom line. So, which is about that's as of here, it's still in the uptrend. So it's about maybe $15 difference if it goes down to the Bollinger Band. So if you do buy in now, I'll buy in slowly, but we're still it's up. So it opened up lower and it's heading up. So you might want to wait till a few days or buy in a little bit now. Because my only other concern is if it hits this trend line, so this red line, if it hits that trend line, it may bounce back down and just trade within this range. But still a good buy, especially if you're long. United Rentals is the way to go. It's a good anchor stock. My next one is PayPal. Do some homework on PayPal only because PayPal, I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean in a good way. You'll find some really good things about PayPal. I'm sure you're all familiar with PayPal. PayPal recently has adapted Bitcoin purchasing through PayPal. So you can buy and trade Bitcoin through PayPal and use it for purchases. So if you go into, like, let's say AutoZone, right? They said PayPal. You go to AutoZone and buy parts and you want to use Bitcoin for that purchase, you can use Bitcoin to purchase things through PayPal. So that's a game changer for Bitcoin and for PayPal. And so PayPal's in, and they're kind of like the disruptor of it because a lot of companies haven't, I don't think, trust Bitcoin yet, and PayPal is getting ahead of the curve. And so I see a trend line I didn't draw. Let's do here. This pattern actually doesn't apply to that, it applies to this here. All right, so we've got a bit of a squeeze here according to these trend lines. So tomorrow because we're a little down today, so it may jump and respect these trend lines and trade within this range tomorrow. So keep an eye on PayPal. PayPal is a good anchor stock because there's a lot of future upside with PayPal with Bitcoin and the acceleration of technology through the pandemic. And sad that people are dying from it. So, but I'm just speaking from a financial point of view. The pandemic really gave tech a boost. People are forced to go online, forced to use PayPal, forced to use Square. So I like PayPal because of the Bitcoin aspect of it. They broke away from eBay a bit, which was concerning to me because I only use PayPal to buy stuff on eBay, but now they're expanding, and Bitcoin is a good move. So I'm a big fan of PayPal. If we look at my next one is Snow. Let it snow, let it snow. Snow is currently getting beat up right now, but hang on. I see the support line. All right, so Bitcoin is getting a bit beat up right now. but it's a great time. It's a good buy. It's a good buy. Snowflake is the future. There's not a lot of data because it just the IPO is recent, is new, still fresh. So right now we're in a downtrend, and I see support here at the 309 level, and I'll see support at the 277 level. If you start buying in, we're up right now. It's respecting this trend, or it broke the trend line, and now it's using it as resistance. Where at one point it was support. So we need to break this trend line, this red line here, to be in a uptrend. So it may trade within a range, maybe in a reverse flag pattern, or it could be dropping down to the 277 level. But with this volume here, I see it's probably reversing. I see tomorrow. I'm predicting tomorrow it opens up at 334. But Snowflake, solid company. Now we don't know a lot about it because it's new. As far as financials, because it's just released its IPO, so now it's held accountable by shareholders. But Snowflake is a cloud computing company. Do your homework on Snowflake too. Cloud computing company, and they have contracts with 90% of the Fortune 500 companies. So I say that because that's good money. So imagine, no matter what business you're in, if 90% of the Fortune 500 companies, the 500 of the most profitable, successful, strongest companies in the country, you have a contract with, that's ironclad, you know? And another plus on top of that is Snowflake isn't just a product that a company will buy to help boost revenues or to help streamline things. Snowflake saves companies money by cloud computing. It works with other cloud computing properties you may have in your business, and it uses that data to streamline your business, to streamline your tech, to streamline your data. At the end of the day, saving the company millions of dollars, if some companies billions of dollars, because we have all this technology information and we have no way of organizing it or making sure we're efficient with using it. And Snowflake does that for these companies. And Snowflake is paid a percentage of the money that they save these companies, the Fortune 500 companies. So it's awesome. So yeah, it's the way to go. So Snowflake is the way to go if you want to use them as your anchor stock. Any questions? If you have an anchor stock you would like to recommend to the group, please put it in the comments below. If you have a stock you want to consider as an anchor stock and maybe you want another opinion on it, and I can do a technical analysis on that, please let me know. Put it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have a lot of videos and different aspects of stock trading that may be useful to you. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get notifications on those videos as they drop. And I also do a technical analysis of pre-market activity with the market before we get into the trading day. So this is Reggie with Stock Talk. See you on the next video.